Disney strikes again, this time at Motherhood itself. From the company that once provided entire realms of fantastical themes into which the enthralled viewer could escape, comes another effort to drive the debauched woke narrative and transform society into the globalists' dystopian image. This newest assault on love, morality, and external truth is a revisionist mutilation of J.M. Barrie's immortal work and is called Peter and Wendy. Having read various criticisms, I realize that this film is polluted with toxic wokeisms bound to poison the audience with its ideological radioactivity. But one of these misrepresentations disturbed me more than the other cultish regurgitations. In the name of inclusion, the cinematic drivers of division and societal collapse have incorporated female members into the Lost Boys. The irony here, of course, is that Disney is utilizing female empowerment to fundamentally destroy the most vital aspect of femininity, therefore womanhood itself, and the role that civilization is built upon and cannot survive without motherhood. You see, in Barrie's original story, Wendy was an archetype who stood in contrast to the chaos of Neverland. This is what Disney seeks to sabotage and demolish. The Lost Boys were also an archetype, serving as the symbol of that very tumultuous discord. Lawless and free, the Lost Boys lived the perfect idealized existence that nearly all boys fantasize about. Nothing was required of them, neither through the demands of an external authority, nor by nature itself. They never got sick, never aged, were never forced to develop into maturity, and only died in battle valorously. A boy who found his way to Neverland would be so embroiled in successive and endless adventures that the very idea of boredom would seem alien and abstract. The Lost Boys had everything that boys might dream of, never even realizing that they were missing out on what matters most. Enter Wendy Darling, her influence immediate and ubiquitous. Starting with storytelling, she introduces order, stability, and provides comforts unthinkable prior to her arrival, and the Lost Boys submit to her instruction without the merest hint of the exercise of authority or force. The Lost Boys, representing men in their most primal form, the behaviors that all men would exhibit without the moderating influence of women, reigned in the pandemonium with the introduction of a single female's persuasion. It was Wendy's presence that awakened within them a need that had been previously unacknowledged. This tribe of miscreants had everything boys could ever want, yet it was not enough. Wendy made them realize what they needed most: a mother. Disney's affected concern for inclusion and female empowerment is a ruse, a distraction. Including girls in the Lost Boys gives the appearance of caring about women, as it completely undermines the influence and power that Wendy represents. By these means, Disney hopes to disrupt the vitality of motherhood altogether, and the true power that women have always exerted over society. They say that the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Rarely have I heard a truer statement. The mother is the first teacher of the child. A mother who serves as a constant figure in her children's lives will implant the values, belief structure, and worldview that will serve as the filter through which the child will digest everything else he will ever learn throughout the rest of his life. Whether he rejects or accepts her teachings, that decision will be built upon the foundation she laid. This is what makes feminist assertions on beauty standards being forced upon them by men essentially ludicrous. The mother serves as the model of beauty for her son and instructs her daughter how to be beautiful. The woke authoritarians cannot indoctrinate our youth when our children's mothers remain the most pivotal force in their lives. This is why feminism has worked so hard to convince women to trade their husbands for the master who hired them. That she is freer, has more independence as a wage slave than she has in her own home. The objective is the dominance and supremacy of the state, and they must capture the minds of our children to accomplish that. The mother, civilization's foundation and backbone, stands in the way of the totalitarian leftist regime. Wendy Darling must be destroyed because the hand that rocks the cradle cannot rule the world if she is ensnared in wage slavery. So let the Lost Boys have girls. Then again, what do I know? I'm just some punk who cares.